Hi Halloweenies, I'm Ozzy the Horror Cub. Take a trip with me to Elm Street because it's time for Scream Queen of the Month. Let's get into it. Right, we've reached the end of August and it's time to pick a new Scream Queen. Scream Queen of the Month is a time where we get to represent all of our favorite sheroes in all of our favorite horror movies. They don't necessarily have to be a final girl, they don't have to make it to the end of the final frame of the movie, they just have to be fierce, fabulous, and resilient. These are the women that persevere with their lives, they overcome trauma, they overcome their demons, and we're here to salute them, and that's what Scream Queen of the Month is. And for August, I couldn't have picked a better Scream Queen than Nancy Thompson. Resilient, cunning, fabulous. Am I talking about myself? No, I'm talking about Miss Thompson. You shut your mouth. But if I'm talking about Nancy, this outfit doesn't feel right, so hold on one sec. Gender bent Nancy Thompson, realness. Released in 1984, directed by Wes Craven, A Nightmare on Elm Street would star Heather Langenkamp as Nancy Thompson. Nancy, our lead, is going to go up against Freddy Krueger. Freddy is the man of our dreams and we love him for that. Freddy Krueger was a child killer that butchered the kids of Springwood. The parents took it upon themselves to take justice into their own hands and burnt Krueger alive. However, Freddy found a way to enter the dreams of the children of Elm Street, and now he plans on taking the parents' children one by one. But there is one person that stands up against Freddy and fights him with everything that she's got, and that's our final girl, Nancy. Nancy Thompson, the heroine of A Nightmare on Elm Street 1, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which is one of my personal favorites of the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and obviously my third Nightmare on Elm Street, which I love so deeply. New Nightmare, Heather reprises her role as herself. It's this meta commentary about slasher movies and the effects that they have on children. She actually gets to play Nancy one last time in that movie, and it's poetic justice. I love a good meta horror film, and I love Wes Craven for always subverting our expectations in regards to what we're going to expect with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Nancy is so cunning in these movies. She has the guts to go up against Krueger as all of her friends are being dwindled off one by one. First we've got poor Tina that's just being ripped to shreds in the bedroom. Rod's gonna go next, and our poor Johnny Depp. Oh, crop top Johnny. We didn't want to lose you so soon, but we did. But Nancy knows that she has to take down Krueger, and she's in it by herself. Her mom has seen to it that she can't even escape her own house. 1428 Elm Street has literally become a death sentence for her. Nancy is gonna home alone this bitch though. Let me tell you something, she Kevin McAllister's the shit out of this house. She makes it so that if she's gonna get Krueger and she's gonna pull him into our reality, that she's gonna have the upper hand. No longer will he have home field advantage against her nightmares. He's being brought into reality and she's gonna take him down. Nancy, who comes up with these things? I love it. The scene on the bridge where you're talking to Johnny Depp, aka Glenn, and he's like, well, why are you reading that for? And she's like, I'm into survival. Let me tell you something, that's why we love Nancy. She's got the spirit of a fighter, and that's what makes a great final girl, is that you're resilient to the very end. Even when she's faced with Krueger, she turns her back onto him. She realizes that she has to take away his power, and by doing so, she's set free. Then she comes back, fierce and fabulous in Dream Warriors, wearing a gorgeous pantsuit. Nancy Thompson, work realness, yes! Nancy steals our heart because she understands what the kids in Weston Hills are going through in Dream Warriors. She sympathizes with their plight because she had to take down Krueger once before, and she's gonna have to take him down again. Unfortunately, Nancy meets her demise in this movie, and she's gone way too soon. The Nightmare on Elm Street movies work so incredibly well when you have this character because she just brought so much to the screen. She was a great friend, she was a worthy adversary to Freddy, and she really did build the Nightmare on Elm Street legacy. I mean, A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 is so iconic because you have Heather, because you have our amazing final girl Nancy Thompson. One of my favorite scenes that's really a standout in this movie is the bathtub sequence. I just think it's so hypersexual in the way that it's done and how Freddy is manipulating Nancy and how he's trying to get her to fall asleep, and I just think it's so sinister, yet so delightful. What about you? What's your favorite scene in the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Or what's your favorite scene in Dream Warriors or New Nightmare? I'm dying to know. Is Nancy Thompson one of your favorite final girls? If so, you have to let us know. I mean, this is the woman that made all the kids in Weston Hill realize that they all had dream powers. Side note, I really wish that she wasn't taking Hypnosil for all those many years so that Nancy herself could have had a dream power. If you would have wanted to see Nancy Had a Dream Power in Dream Warriors, what would it have been and why? Let me know down below. Let me know where Nancy stacks as your Scream Queen. She's Scream Queen of the Month on our channel. We salute you. Heather Langenkamp, you are an amazing final girl. These movies would not have the same sincerity, would not have the same weight, would not have the same depth if it wasn't for you. You connected with the character of Nancy. You connected the character with all of us. You are a fighter. You are so resilient. We love you, Nancy Thompson. You keep us awake at night in all the best ways to keep us safe from Freddy Krueger. Who would you guys like to see for our future Scream Queen of the Month? Let me know down below. Until next time, stay spooky.